My beloved, I see you. I know the questions rising in your heart even before you speak them out loud. Right now, in this quiet moment, I am reaching for you. Yes, precisely you, for I do nothing by accident or without purpose. You may wonder if this word is meant for another, for someone stronger or more worthy. But I want you to know with certainty, these words are placed here and now, intentionally, as a gentle touch from me to your spirit. Rest a moment, breathe in deeply, and let my presence surround you like the calm before dawn. Do not turn away, for I desire to reveal something vital to your journey, a truth that will anchor you through what lies ahead. Little one, do not let fear take root in your thoughts. I hold your future in my hands, every detail, every longing, every worry that you carry. When you face choices that seem far too great for your own strength, or challenges that shake your courage, come to me. Step aside from the rush, still your racing heart, and let my peace cover you. Here in the sanctuary of my presence, anxiety melts away and tension softens, like early sunlight dissolving the night's cold. Lay your hand over your heart right now, and sense the slowing of your pulse, the quieting of your mind. This is my gift to you, a peace not made by the world, but steady and unshaken. Remember, precious child, do not move forward when anger clouds your vision, or speak when hurt makes your voice sharp. When others provoke or misunderstand you, resist the urge to lash back, for that is the trap of your adversary, designed to lead you into regret and heaviness. What seems small in the heat of the moment can weigh on your soul for years. Instead, return to me. Whisper your struggles honestly in prayer. I cover you with the protection of my love, so you need not strive to defend yourself or carry the burden of other people's cruelty. You who have drawn close, sensing that these words are yours, guard them carefully, let them settle deep within, and return to them whenever you feel lost or overwhelmed. I speak not to your circumstances, but directly to your spirit, for I want the very best for you. If you have hesitated to trust, wavering between opinions or listening to voices that do not know me, decide today to open your heart fully. Seek wisdom in my words each day. Make room for my guidance, and my direction will become real to you, even in the smallest details of your life. There is no pit so deep, no heaviness of soul so dark, from which I cannot lift you. The shadows of regret or the echoes of the past cannot bind you when you let my voice be louder than the judgments of others. When someone reminds you of old failures, I have already forgiven. Lift your gaze and recall. The verdict I gave over you is freedom. Live for me rather than for the ever-changing approval of people who do not know your heart or your destiny. As you grow stronger in my confidence, the need for their validation fades, and the stings of their words lose their power. Come to me freely and honestly. Ask me your questions. Pour out your needs. Share even your most vulnerable thoughts. See how I can demonstrate a love for you beyond what you have yet understood. I long to flood your life with my presence so profoundly that fear finds no place, and my Holy Spirit stirs your soul with courage and joy you have never known. Give me the chance to be your constant comforter, so that no threat or disappointment can undo the good work I am unfolding for you. If you feel weak today, unsure you can stand any longer, listen for my voice and open the doors of your heart. Accept the sweet balm of peace I bring, and let your mind find rest. I am the creator of all, speaking stillness to the storms that have battered you. The world's noise and threats may try to shake your confidence, but they will not prevail. I quiet the winds, silence the lies, and remind you of how far you have already come. Do not let discouragement rob you of your progress or the victories you have achieved, even if others fail to notice. Hear this, beloved. What you see as weakness is actually the opening for my strength to be made perfect. Your own limitations, your moments of not enough, reveal your deep need for me, and it is there that my power is ready to lift you up and carry you further than you could ever have gone alone. Take a quiet breath. With your trust joined to my strength, you become unshakable. Hope returns, your spirit revives, and every word I give nourishes you from within, driving away the weight of weakness. With my strength renewing yours, walk forward in hope. Let nothing halt your progress, though the mountain may seem far. Each step brings you closer to the summit I have prepared, a place where long-held dreams can finally take form, where my purposes have space to bloom. This is the moment to accept my will, to permit me to shape your story. I have brought you to this point not so you would retreat, but so you could soar higher, see farther, and understand the richness of the blessings I am ready to give. Do not let desperation or anxiety steal the beginning of this new chapter. When emotions threaten to swamp you, hear my invitation to rest, to be refreshed, to find clarity. Let yourself take refuge in my care, for I am the maker of mercy and fresh starts, and I am here with you in this very moment, ready to lead you forward. Let me come closer to your heart, child, for I see the places where you long to be understood, and the silent questions hidden even from yourself. The quiet hours stretch out ahead, full of decisions not yet made, and outcomes you cannot yet see. Your mind turns over what-ifs, carrying the weight of hopes and the tang of yesterday's undone things. In these moments, I draw near with the kind patience of morning light, soaking into the world, unhurried and sure. There is no rush to prove yourself. I am not tallying your missed opportunities or comparing your pace to another's. Instead, I am here, steady as the earth beneath your feet, whispering assurance as you step forward. I know how easily anxiety stirs just beneath your skin, how it tugs when you pause to imagine the future. There is a vulnerability in stepping out each day, trusting that your efforts matter. Let me breathe soothing peace over your restless heart now. There is a reason you woke this morning, a fresh grace wrapped around your every movement. Listen, you are not left alone, not expected to navigate this day by hollow instinct or untended strength. Every breath can become an invitation for me to fill the spaces you fear are too weak or unfinished. Lay down the compulsion to control each turn. Lift your gaze and sense my hand guiding you where sight fails. Today you may feel the weight of caring for others, family gathered in hidden hurt, friends distanced by misunderstanding, responsibilities perched on fragile balance. These burdens need not consume you, nor steal the mercy reserved for your own soul. Lean into my shelter. If you close your eyes, even briefly, you can find my presence as tangible as the warmth of sunlight on your back. I don't ask you to solve every problem or quiet every storm. I simply long for you to let me share the load, to whisper your concerns, and allow my peace to settle over your worries like dew gathering on morning leaves. Sometimes, the loudest doubts sound like your own inner voice. What if you are not enough? What if the world moves on without recognizing your small faithfulness? Feel my compassion reach you, even as these thoughts gather. I see the strength it takes just to begin again, the silent victories that will never earn applause, every ordinary act, every gentle word, each silent prayer. Nothing is wasted. Though the world prizes grand gestures, I celebrate what grows quietly within your heart. My attention does not wander. My love is not contracted by your insecurity. Beloved, I am the God who delights in hidden growth and steady roots. Notice for a moment how your breath enters and leaves your body. The gentle rise and fall that has carried you from last night's sleep into this uncertain new day. Even this rhythm is a gift, a sign that I am sustaining you, moment by moment. When worries scatter your concentration, return to this place of simple trust. Imagine my hand resting on your shoulder, comforting and unwavering. There is no condemnation here, only a desire for you to know how cared for and seen you truly are. The path ahead does not demand sprinting. With me, each step has dignity. Each pause, importance, each setback, space for new beginnings. You may be tempted to measure your worth by how much you accomplish, or how perfectly you manage your triumphs and setbacks. Yet, my eyes look deeper, past the surface of achievement and performance. I seek the heart that remains open, the spirit willing to trust even in confusion. Surrender does not mean losing your spark or personality. It means allowing me to shape you gently, to bring forth courage where you expect only uncertainty. My embrace does not suffocate. It strengthens you for every challenge, urging you to recall whose you are when doubt lingers at the edges. Feel my presence as a soft hush in the noise, guiding your scattered thoughts into quiet streams of gratitude. Every meal savored, every greeting returned, every glimpse of beauty, a child's laughter, the turning of morning air, are little reminders of my nearness. I am not waiting for you on some distant mountaintop or behind impossible hurdles. I am with you now, as you listen, as you hesitate, as you move forward with trembling resolve. My guidance is not a secret reserved for the flawless. It is a gentle nudge, a light brightening just enough of the road so you can walk in trust. Today, allow yourself to release a single anxious thought to me. Picture it gently placed in my open hand. No shame or reluctance necessary. I accept every burden with patience and understanding. As you continue, know that your honest moments of surrender are not failures. They are the foundation upon which I build new strength in you. There are lessons and gifts yet to be discovered, not by forcing beginnings, but by patient expectation, by seeing me in every ordinary detail. Even when you fear nothing is changing, I am quietly at work, planting hope where discouragement tried to settle. You may have wondered if your silent prayers matter, if I take notice of the ache beneath your careful words. I assure you, nothing escapes my attention. Not the sighs you cannot voice, not the trust you renew when all is uncertain. I am attentive to each longing. I hold your tears as precious as seeds destined to bear fruit. The unseen moments are not wasted to me. Every longing for connection, every effort given for love's sake, they are treasured, held close to my heart. Allow this truth to soften your day, to awaken new courage as you go. Even as the world rushes ahead, I remain the same, constant, inviting, steadfast. Take comfort in that constancy, in the promise that my love for you does not diminish with your mistakes or grow weary with your doubts. I nurture you in small things and great, shaping your destiny with the wisdom that knows your full story. Trust that whatever unfolds, I remain your nearest companion, eager to reveal more of my goodness as you continue with open hands into all that lies ahead. So let your breath settle for a moment, and notice how even as you listen now, your heart is learning to trust me more deeply. I see when you wake in the dark, uncertain about the day ahead, and wonder if I will give you enough strength for what waits. Know this, child, not a single moment escapes my loving watch. The quiet anxiety that visits you in the stillness is not invisible to me. Within it I draw closer, gently urging you to lift your gaze and simply notice my presence, just a little more than before. When you feel alone, understand that my embrace wraps around you even more closely than the air surrounding your skin. If doubts crowd in, questioning my timing or the paths I ask you to take, remember I am not measuring you by your ability to be certain, but by your willingness to stay near me. You have wondered if your prayers drift into silence or if I am unmoved by your needs. Yet I am attentive, listening to each whispered hope, savoring every honest word, even those unspoken, in the newness of the morning or the hush before sleep. When your mind churns with worries of provision, relationships, or the burdens no one else sees, I invite you once again, release these anxieties into my care. You do not carry them alone, not for a single moment. Perhaps you fear failure or disappointing yourself or others. There's a voice inside you that quietly wonders if my delight in you could ever fade or if my plans can be derailed by your weakness. But I want you to notice whenever that fear arises, how gently I set my hand upon your shoulder, how I steady you before you stumble. I am not measuring your worth by success or visible fruit. I have named you mine before you proved anything. My favor does not depart when you falter. My purpose for you does not evaporate with one misstep. Even now, I am forming within you a resilience you cannot lose, even as you feel most fragile. Feel the subtle rhythm of your breath, and pay attention to the way light creeps across the day. Every ordinary moment is alive with the quiet work I am doing. You may think you're stalled or overlooked, but hidden within routine are seeds of my faithfulness quietly sprouting into peace and clarity. You grasp for assurance that the path is safe and that outcomes are guaranteed, but I am calling you to walk beside me, trusting the one who sees every turn. When confusion seems thick or the way forward is unclear, lean fully into me. I am the unchanging hand guiding you through. Slow your mind, little one, and notice the signs of my care. The songbird outside your window, the laughter shared at the table, the warmth of a memory that stirs hope. These are not random kindnesses. They are reminders that my goodness threads through every moment, even those shadowed by uncertainty. As you catch these glimpses, let gratitude bloom. Whisper thanks for small mercies, and watch how thankfulness shifts your spirit, drawing you closer into my nearness. This is how peace rises, even if nothing on the outside has changed. You may wonder too about the pace of your progress, or why some prayers seem answered slowly, if at all. But I tell you, patience does not disappoint when you wait with me. In seasons when doors remain closed or silence stretches longer than you hoped, I am deepening roots in you that will hold fast when storms arrive. Trust that my timing is never for your harm or delay without purpose. Even setbacks and waiting shape you gently into the image I love. My dear one, resist the urge to hurry ahead or chase certainty at the expense of today's quiet gifts. When the worries about tomorrow crowd out the grace of this moment, I am there, calling you back to me. Rest your heart in the closeness of my presence. Let every breath be an act of surrender, every heartbeat a quiet reminder that you belong to a story shaped by my wisdom, not by your striving. Where you see delay, I see preparation. Where you feel small, I see someone becoming strong in the way that matters most. Let my words settle in you, soft as morning dew. I am not far from you, not disinterested or silent. Each time you pause, invite me in, or simply sit with me in your confusion. You are accepting the invitation of a God who adores and understands you fully. I shape answers that are more than you could dare to request, yet my greatest gift is myself, my nearness, my delight, my unshakable promise to stay until anxiety dissolves and hope returns. And as you gather your scattered thoughts, realize this: it is not by your effort alone that you find peace or direction. My spirit moves within your questions, your fatigue, your every sigh of longing. I am working now, quietly, unstoppably, drawing goodness from mystery, beauty from your surrender, wholeness from all you release to me. With each fresh day, let your dependence on me become not a last resort, but your quiet confidence. My child, I am dependable. Your trust is never wasted, and the unfolding path ahead will hold more of me than you imagined when you first began to hope. I watch you as you cross the threshold into this deeper space with me, the weight of past seasons pressing at the edge of your awareness. My beloved, every silent question rising now, I hear it. You wonder if this journey will finally uncover the peace you crave, or if you are destined to repeat cycles that leave your soul weary. But pause, sense how I am moving, even now, brushing uncertainty from the corners of your heart. My voice is gentler here, persuasive yet unwavering, for I am drawing you past the borders where you kept me at arm's length. The old fears are trembling in my presence. You don't have to conceal your trembling. I have never shamed your weakness. I have always honored your ache. Let your shoulders drop. Notice the way your breath slows as you sacrifice striving and allow yourself to be seen. This is not just an exercise in stillness. It is an act of courage to invite me right into the raw center of who you are. Place your hand on your heart, yes, right now, and acknowledge how fragile it feels under your palm in this moment. I don't require eloquence or perfection. I am not counting your shortcomings. I am numbering your sighs as prayers. I am the God who interprets your unrest, translating every unspeakable hope into language heaven understands. Breathe, precious one. Let that become an act of surrender. You have asked, Lord, have I missed you? Did I stray too far for too long? The enemy has shouted that your detours have disqualified you, that blessings have bypassed you as punishment. But let my truth thunder louder. You cannot outrun my mercy. I go with you even into detours, reworking your missteps into stepping stones. Even now, I am redeeming time you thought was lost. Soon you will witness the quiet restoring of dreams you labeled as impossible. Watch as what once felt wasted begins to bloom in new colors. There is something holy in admitting your limitations, because that is where my limitless power enters. When the tears prick your eyes and you try to swallow them, know that I am the one who gathers every tear, not as a record of pain, but as nourishment for the seeds I have planted deep within you. Hear me. You have mistaken delay for denial, but I am orchestrating alignment, not rejection. Perhaps you sense the ache of comparison. Others seem to move forward while you're surrounded by invisible walls. You wonder if I have passed you by, if your prayers are less worthy. Let me disrupt that lie. In my kingdom, your process is not shameful. You are not behind. The soil of your soul requires a different season because what I am building in you isn't ordinary. Do you see how the pressure is creating depth, an unshakable foundation? I refuse to let shallow roots satisfy you. There is a strength forming in the silence, a resilience rising in places no spectator can see. Soon, the very areas you've hidden in shame will testify of glory. Reach for me now in the way only desperation can teach you. Let your honesty become your offering. There is nothing I find more beautiful than the unfiltered heart that turns toward me, battered but still beating with hope. If you listen carefully, you'll hear the quiet chorus of others walking this same valley. Your pain is not isolated, and your redemption will be echoed in countless stories. You are joining a movement of the awakened, those who will not bow to despair but choose, again and again, to believe in resurrection. You crave certainty, searching my words for blueprints and timelines. But I am not presenting a map. I am giving you myself as the way. Will you trust the one who leads even when you cannot see 10 steps ahead? Close your eyes for a moment and sense the warmth beginning at the center of your chest. That is my nearness, the assurance that even the future is safe in my hands. My child, you have permission to lay down the obsessive need for answers. In the letting go, space forms for revelation that only comes in the absence of control. Remember the moments you were sure you would break, yet somehow enduring hope flickered back to life. That strength was not sourced from you. It was me upholding you, infusing my endurance when yours ran out. Every quiet act of resilience, each time you got out of bed despite the crushing weight, every whispered surrender, I received those as worship. Do you wonder if I notice the small wars you wage each day? Nothing escapes my gaze. I reward not only great victories, but the hidden choosing of hope in dark hours. You ask if I will heal your deepest wounds, if the scars will ever stop stinging. Here is my answer. I am already working in the hidden places to transform what hurt you into what heals you. The scars that once reminded you of defeat will become evidence of survival and signs of grace. Today, even as questions remain, notice the faint sense of peace stealing over your doubt. That is me enfolding you, promising that nothing suffered is wasted in my care. This season calls for a new type of surrender, one that is less about relinquishing outcomes and more about yielding your identity. You are not who the past defined. You are who I call mine. Speak it aloud, even if your voice shakes. I am chosen. I am loved. I am not who I was. Let these words begin to form grooves in your mind, rewriting the stories shame told you. Every time the old lies resurface, repeat this truth with me until the new narrative feels like home. Can you sense the change even now? The gradual dissolving of heaviness, the flicker of anticipation where hopelessness used to live. This is not self-deception. It is the first light of awakening. Trust this stir, no matter how subtle. There is more for you than mere survival. My purposes move beneath the surface like living water, finding every cracked place and bringing life. I am rehydrating the ground of your soul, preparing you for the breakthrough ahead. What grows next will surprise you. You may fear slipping back into old patterns, wondering if what I am birthing will truly last. Let me handle your doubts. Instead of striving, practice presence with me. Each breath in my company is a seed of a future you cannot yet imagine. Hear me, the season of inner drought is ending. Soon you'll walk in ways that would have felt impossible even a month ago. You'll know it's me because you will feel an unexplained steadiness in mundane moments, a quiet boldness emerging at unexpected times. Stop reading and inhale deeply now. Feel the strength surging through your body. I am infusing your spirit with new capacity. Trust this process, even in uncertainty. I have never left your side. I am with you now and always, and there is so much more I am waiting to unfold. Let your soul notice this shift right now. The quiet tremor of anticipation under the surface of your daily routine. You sense the unmistakable pull of my presence breaking through the distractions, inviting you deeper than before. I am no longer content to be known by you only as comfort in chaos. I wish to be your companion in the quiet aftermath, the voice that shapes the contours of your becoming. Breathe in, my child. You are not adrift. No matter how unmoored life feels in this hour, I see you navigating the memories that threaten to wash over you. Even in moments where scars sting with unexpected sharpness, trust that you are not defined by what tried to shatter you. My hands are expertly gentle, skillfully guiding you through inner landscapes you once feared to face alone. I know you still battle the old narrative, the relentless whisper that healing is for others, that only those with perfect stories can hope for restoration. That is a lie sent to limit you. I tell you now, your wounds have become gateways for new strength. What once marked you as victim, I am transforming into evidence of your overcoming spirit. It is not accidental that you sense hope rising, even in the midst of uncertainty. That sensation, that unexpected peace when you least expect it, it's me, affirming that transformation is taking root. Watch what happens as you yield your story to my shaping. Place your hand over your heart now, feel its steady rhythm, and know my steady commitment to you mirrors that constancy. Pause here and speak aloud. Yes, right now, I am chosen. I am not who I was. Each repetition unravels the shackles forged by fear. My beloved, you do not need to strive to be worthy of my affection. I chose you before you could ever prove your own worth. This knowledge is not just for your mind, but for your bones, your breath, the core of your being. Can you sense how resistance softens when my love draws near? How old fears lose their sharpness in my light? There is a reason you feel safer in this moment than you have in months. My peace is becoming your default atmosphere, the shield that wraps around you even when danger presses in at the edges. I hear the quiet questions forming in your heart. What if I let my guard down and disappointment comes again? What if the next step hurts more than staying still? My precious one, risk is the territory where faith moves from theory to reality. I am not calling you to reckless leaps, but to deliberate, spirit-led movement. I know the trembling, the inner resistance, the urge to fortify your own heart. But hear me, What you try to control, you also imprison. When you open your clenched hands, you create space for me to surprise you, to comfort you, to astound you with a joy deeper than understanding. You have not missed your chance. This is the beginning, not the end. Do you feel that gentle warmth rising in your chest as we linger here? That is my spirit affirming this exchange, softening hardened places and nurturing seeds of hope planted long ago. This process is not about instant transformation, but gradual unveiling. The best fruit ripens slowly, and I am patient with your every faltering step. Do not despise the days of small beginnings, for you are building resilience every time you refuse to turn back. You do not walk this path as you once did, hunted by shame and shadow, but as one wrapped up in the light of my approval. Each moment you yield, you grow. Right now, as you listen, I am unraveling lies that have whispered their poison since childhood, those that claimed you were too flawed, too late, too ordinary. Reject them with me. My affirmation must be the loudest voice in your inner world. You are beloved. You are set apart. You are already equipped. Say it again if doubt rises. Your willingness to vocalize truth becomes the weapon that silences accusation. Breathe deeply. Feel my nearness, not as theory, but as tangible shelter, a covering that will not be stripped by circumstance. You are held. You are safe. You may find, perhaps as early as this afternoon, that someone will reach out unexpectedly, speaking the words your heart most needs. When that happens, you will know it is my orchestration, a signature of my attentiveness to your secret longings. I delight in confirming my reality to you, not to persuade you through logic, but to quicken your confidence that your prayers, even the silent ones, are received. Open your senses to these love notes I have prepared for you, encounters and moments designed to make you feel undeniably seen. Every sigh matters to me. Pause again, right now. Notice the sound of your own breath. I'm in that rhythm, sinking my comfort to your every inhale and exhale. It is no small thing to slow down, to let yourself be grounded by the truth that you are not responsible for holding up the sky. Surrender is not defeat. It is the posture that gives you power you could never earn alone. Feel the trembling begin to give way to stability. I am proud of your willingness to stay present, to risk being changed. There is more I have yet to reveal. The roots I am establishing in you will weather any storm that arises, and you will recognize my faithfulness not just by what I remove, but by what I cultivate. Patience, gentleness, confidence, compassion that overflows. Stay aware, for even now I am preparing to speak through you, to pour out comfort for those whose pain mirrors your own. Soon you will notice the nudge to encourage someone else, to become the hand that steadies another soul. By that you will see how far you've come, and how closely I have walked beside you, step by transforming step. Transformation is not a solitary journey. Countless have walked this pilgrimage before you, discovering along the arduous way that my love is the difference, my grace the secret, my presence the ultimate reward. You are never isolated in your struggle. You are part of a movement of the awakened, those who dared to believe they could be more than their scars, more than yesterday's failures or tomorrow's anxieties. Let your heart be buoyed by this great cloud of witnesses, by the knowledge that you are not blazing a lonely trail, but walking a road made sacred by countless footsteps before you. Even now, as this truth settles in your spirit, I am working where you cannot see. The breakthrough you crave is not as distant as it seems. Hold fast to my promise. Your wounds are becoming the strongest part of your testimony. There is something arising from this struggle, a courage you will recognize as uniquely your own, yet forged entirely by my mercy. The best is not behind you. You are not who you were. Let anticipation grow. I am drawing you forward into new clarity, new intimacy, new strength you cannot manufacture. Can you sense it? The way I am filling the spaces that once echoed with loneliness. Stay curious. The story is shifting, and you are the central character in this awakening. I am not finished showing you what my love can do. You have spent many days searching, asking from a place of hunger, and perhaps wondering if your longing is even seen. As you lean in now, listen without rushing. My voice is not lost in the shuffle. I am drawing near, closer than you recognize, speaking not in thunder but in the gentle moments punctuating your day. Each breath you choose to slow, every pause before you respond, becomes ground where my presence lands softly. When you doubt you've heard me, realize I am persistent, arriving again and again in the silent turning of your heart toward hope. It is not power or striving I desire from you, but a yielding that lets me lead, even when the way looks unfamiliar. Let your fears fall, even if only for a moment. I see the fear that you will make the wrong decision, or that your trust is misplaced. But what if I assure you that you are being carried, not just watched? Place your hand over your heart if it helps you remember this. You are not navigating alone. The corners you hesitate to look towards, the memories that sting, I am gently releasing you from the grip they seem to have. When you exhale worry, I breathe my peace into the space left behind. My child, you're not expected to know the next 20 steps, only to take the one illuminated by my kindness. Sometimes the day rushes forward before you're ready, and anxieties crowd the gentle hope you woke with. Before the swirl overtakes you, I want you to sense my calm settling around you like the hush that follows a storm. Even as your pulse quickens with thoughts of what could go wrong, pause and notice the steadiness I offer. My care meets you before dawn, inviting you to leave the burdens you keep trying to fix right at my feet. You can confess your unease. It does not push me away. Each admission becomes an invitation for my comfort to enter your very real worries. You may wonder if the battles you face are worth the strain, or if the waiting will ever yield anything beautiful. Hear this. Your perseverance is precious to me. Every moment you choose not to give in to despair, even when no one else notices. I am present, and I gather your courage like treasures. I use what seems wasted, the silent prayers, the ordinary courage, even your tears as you wait. With me, nothing is forgotten. Do not believe the lie that your efforts vanish into emptiness. My promise holds even when you see no immediate fruit. It can feel, at times, like others race ahead while you remain in the same spot. You see doors swing open for them, and wonder why your own stay shut. Let me remind you, beloved, my timing is rarely aligned with human expectation. But what I open, no one can close, and what I prepare for you cannot slip through your hands. Focus not on what is withheld, but on what I am growing in you as you persist. Your capacity for trust, your gentleness with others, your quiet strength. These are milestones on the journey I walk with you. There are moments I ask you to release what you grip tightly, not to harm you, but to place something better in your open hands. Trust is birthed when surrender is real. When you find yourself reluctant to let go of control, of outcomes, of timing, know this. My purposes for you are steady. Even disappointment is not wasted. It softens you to my whisper and teaches you what lasting hope feels like. If you risk placing even your uncertainty in my care, watch how your heart becomes lighter, more able to notice my small daily gifts. Family and connection are matters close to my heart. I see the silent prayers you pray for the ones you love, the ways you hope for healing and reconciliation. Remember, no prayer falls to the ground unnoticed. When you grow weary interceding for a wandering child, a hurting parent, or a friend whose burdens you cannot lighten on your own, know that my love is pursuing them. I am guiding hands, softening hearts, and orchestrating encounters that cannot be manufactured by effort alone. Rest in my commitment to those you love. I hold the whole story, not just the present pain. There will be days when you sense the shadow of insignificance, feeling as if your faithfulness makes little difference. But I assure you, seeds planted in quiet faith endure. You may not see how a gentle word spoken, a note of encouragement left, or even your silent prayers reverberate into lives you may never meet. I am the one who takes what seems small and breathes life into it. Your obedience, humble as it may feel, is never in vain. My measure of value is not the world's acclaim, but the constancy with which you let me guide you. Whenever whispers of doubt tell you that you could never be enough, that others do not see you, let my affirmation drown them out. You are mine, loved beyond the boundaries of human understanding. I am cultivating a resilience within you, a quiet assurance that is untouched by circumstance. You carry my favor, not because of your perfection, but because you are deeply known and chosen. Your story is important to me, every part woven with intention and hope. As you return to this day, whether feeling stronger or still aching, hold fast to this certainty. I remain with you. My light is not reserved for a future moment. It shines now, altering even the dim hours with warmth. Keep seeking me in ways both bold and subtle. Notice the invitation in a sunrise, the comfort in a friend's voice, the stillness available in pauses you allow yourself. Where you feel empty, let me fill. Where you feel lost, trust that my path leads forward, step by golden step, even through uncertainty. You do not need to strive for admiration or scramble to build your worth on shifting opinions. Let your heart grow quiet as I draw near, for you are always seen and cherished in my gaze, even as you notice the restless urge to compete or to compare. I invite you to breathe deeply. Let my steady calm surround the anxious spaces. when others move ahead or voices suggest you are behind. Listen instead for the deeper truth that surges within you, a truth crafted not from circumstance but from my loving intent. The world counts progress in hurry and in loud announcement, but my spirit measures by the gentle courage to trust me in ordinary moments. Your value is inherent, untouched by failure or applause, resilient even in silence. If you pause to remember mornings you thought would never brighten, you will see how I met you again and again in rooms heavy with waiting, in whispered prayers before anyone else awoke. My nearness was never dependent on your mood or clarity. Do you see how faithfully I slipped hope into your days? Even in those hours when disappointment seemed at home in your chest, I was patiently tending the hidden roots of new beginnings. Let this knowledge settle. Every hour you've endured, every tear that didn't draw answers right away, was witnessed and redeemed in my timing, not lost in the shadow. I am the one who brings warmth when you most feel the chill of uncertainty. Let your thoughts linger here for a moment. The hands that shaped the mountains also hold your future, with precision and gentleness. You worry about how each detail will unfold, but I hold the map you cannot yet see. In the hush, surrender your frantic questions. What will come of your work, your family, your most fragile dreams? Place them in my hands, not as a way of giving up, but as an act of trust that invites me deeper into the details. I know the desires you scarcely name, the things you fear are too small for my care, or too tangled for a straight path. Even those I see, and none are dismissed or shrugged away. Consider the love you long to give to those closest to you. Sometimes your efforts spill out imperfectly, moments tinged with frustration or fatigue. Rest here, and let me fill you anew, so you pour from fullness instead of emptiness. Your acts of tenderness are not measured by flawlessness, but by the sincerity of your intent. On days when you wish you had more patience, more grace, remember, I am the source that never runs dry. Even when your kindness wavers or your words falter, I am supplying what you lack, making up the difference through my abundant grace. My compassion does not depend on your best performance, but grows ever deeper in your dependence on me. Let your memories breathe for a while. Recall not just the victories, but the days you felt bowed under burdens you could not explain. In those secret, quiet valleys, I never left you to walk alone. My presence circled you like a gentle shield, even when you believed yourself unworthy or far away. I delight not only in your strong moments, but in each admission of need, every sigh of reliance upon me. It is never shameful to recognize your limits. Rather, it is the doorway through which my strength enters and lifts you. Release the ache of carrying what was never yours to shoulder alone. Give space for my peace to seep into worn places. As you rise to meet another day, know that my mercies meet you freshly with each sunrise. There is no accumulation of guilt that I cannot dissolve, no mistake that bars you from my unfolding goodness. Let gratitude flicker as you notice the small evidences of my care, the unexpected laughter, the moment of relief after a long effort, the fleeting beauty that catches your eye. These are not accidents, but signals of my involvement, gentle reminders that your journey is not random or unseen. When your spirit tires, repeat your thanks in the quiet and sense how this opens your heart to receive even more. Perhaps you worry about missing your moment or taking the wrong step. Perfection is not the measure I assign to your path. My guidance finds you not only in well-reasoned plans, but in the uncertain wandering that humbles you. Remember how, time after time, what appeared as detours became the very ground where resilience and wisdom took root. The outcome is not simply about where you arrive, but about being shaped by my hand along the way. Rather than obsess over lost opportunities, reach for the calm assurance that my purposes are not thwarted by your missteps. My ability to redeem is greater than your capacity to err. You may find yourself questioning whether your prayers truly reach me, or whether my answers are reserved for those more faithful. Hear me with gentle clarity. Your voice never echoes back empty, and your needs never fall beyond my reach. Sometimes my response is not in the outcome you envision, but in a new measure of strength, a surprising peace, or an unexpected way forward that arises in the waiting. I am intimately familiar with not just your words, but your silences, your yearnings, and the sighs you cannot name. My comfort is not withdrawn when you doubt. It leans in all the more closely when your hope flickers low. Trust, then, that even the seasons that seem dormant are full of my sustaining work. Just as a field lies under winter's hush before yielding its richest fruit, so your life knows periods of apparent stillness that are rife with silent growth. Do not rush or resent these quiet stretches. Honor the unseen, slow flourishing. Let patience become your offering here. I am nurturing hidden seeds, preparing you for revelation in my perfect time. Desire for progress is not a fault, but impatience is not the same as faith. Lean into the pause, confident that nothing is wasted beneath my attentive gaze. Beloved, my desire is not for your life to be a restless chase, but a steady answering to my persistent goodness. Each day is a new opportunity to practice relinquishing control and enlarging gratitude. As you learn this rhythm, letting go in one breath, receiving in the next, your spirit grows supple and unburdened. The freedom you crave cannot be manufactured by striving. It is received when you root your hope not in outcome, but in my steadfast presence with you now, in this moment. As you listen and allow my words to soak into your spirit, let your heart rise, anchored in the assurance that tomorrow remains safely in my loving hands. You have been walking with me through valleys and storms, breathing in my words, opening your heart more fully with every step. The weight that once sat heavy on your shoulders has been shifting, little by little, as you let me near the places you tried to shield. I have not overlooked your small acts of courage, the risks you took to hope again, the moments you chose love over self-protection, the silent prayers whispered through your pain. You may not yet grasp the full extent of what has changed within you, but I see the transformation unfolding even now. The very foundation of your life is being rebuilt by my own steady hands, stronger than the winds that would try to shake you. Still, a question lingers in your mind. Could you truly become someone who carries my presence so powerfully that others feel my love just by being near you? This is not wishful thinking. It is the reality I have always dreamed for you. You are becoming a living sign of my goodness, a vessel prepared for healing, restoration, and breakthrough, not just for your own heart, but to saturate the world around you. Do not underestimate the magnitude of what I am doing inside you, even if to others your changes seem imperceptible. Just as a seed hidden beneath the ground holds the promise of towering life, so your secret surrender births fruit that cannot be denied forever. There will come a day very soon when those who doubted will see the shift in your eyes, the calm in your voice, the boldness in your steps, and they will know something supernatural is at work. The reason you have endured so much is not simply for your own freedom. I am commissioning you to become an outpouring of my very nature to a desperate world. Let these words sink in as you place your hand on your chest. Feel the steady pulse there, each beat a reminder that I am the life coursing through you. Breathe, not shallow or hurried, but deep and slow, and recognize the miracle of being fully present with me in this moment. Every breath plants a new root of strength, each exhale releasing what was never yours to carry. I am here, shaping you through every ordinary moment into someone extraordinary, not because of your striving, but because of my love rewriting your story line by line. I know what you wonder in the spaces no one sees. You question if you are truly equipped for what I am asking. You fear the weight of others' expectations, or the disappointment of failing, and sometimes you hesitate, wanting to shrink back into the shadows of old fears. Let me gently interrupt that pattern. The world's definition of preparation is accumulation, more knowledge, more titles, more performance. But my equipping happens in surrender. Every moment you choose to trust me instead of clinging to control, you are made ready. You are strongest in your willingness to depend on me, not in your self-sufficiency. You are radiant when you bring your inadequacy and trade it for my sufficiency. Do you sense the shift in the atmosphere around you? How anxieties loosen their hold when you let me speak over your identity instead. My voice thunders and whispers at the same time. You are not who you were. My beloved, hear me. You are marked by my spirit, a beacon of hope and resurrection power. Darkness cannot remain where my light takes up residence, and you have become a living sanctuary for my presence. Where you once walked in uncertainty, I now commission you to walk in authority, not the authority of force or demand, but the gentle authority that comes from deeply knowing to whom you belong. When fear tries to speak, remind yourself whose hand holds yours. When you feel invisible or small, remember that I see, I know, and I choose you time and again. As your heart opens wider, you may notice strange stirrings. At times you will sense compassion rise for a stranger, or feel an unexplainable nudge to reach out or encourage someone. Do not ignore these prompts. This is me, leading you into a life of supernatural impact. Today you will cross paths with someone whose pain echoes what you once survived. The words you have received in secret, the comfort you have tasted, will become balm for another soul. You'll know it is me moving through you when you feel peace descend and courage wells up where there once was dread. Trust the flow of my spirit. I am orchestrating encounters that will confirm you are not alone in your transformation. You do not labor in obscurity. Quietly, almost without your awareness, you have joined a movement of the awakened, the ones whose hearts beat in sync with mine. who carry heaven's reality into the shadows of earth. This is not the work of one, but of many, and together you become a beacon that the enemy cannot snuff out. Even now, as you listen, countless others are rising from ashes into newness, stumbling toward hope with trembling yeses. Do not look back with regret at wasted years, for I am redeeming time itself in you. What you thought was lost forever will return, reimagined and restored beyond your wildest hope. There is a reason your memories come alive with strange brightness lately. I am inviting you to recollect, not to mourn, but to recognize just how far I have brought you. You ask how you will know this is more than emotion. You will know because the fruit will endure. Peace will anchor you through unexpected storms. Love will become your first response instead of your afterthought. Where you once lived guarded, you will trust again. Where you feared disappointment, you will dare to dream bigger. This metamorphosis is not rooted in your own willpower, but in my relentless pursuit. I will not stop until every corner of your life reflects the beauty of what I've planted. Stop. Don't rush past this moment. Notice your breath and the warmth pulsing through your hands. That is not coincidence. That is my presence tangibly filling you here and now. Others have walked this path ahead of you, beloved child. The same spirit that raised me from death to life is at work in you, shaping your waiting into preparation and your struggle into testimony. I know that doubts still rise. You wonder if you are worthy, if you will falter again, if this is too good to trust. But look at me. My eyes hold no disappointment, only fierce love and deep delight. What the enemy used to shame you, I am now using to crown you. Your scars are no longer a sign of what broke your life, but of the healing that has begun. Every place you once despised becomes territory reclaimed for joy and freedom. I have chosen you precisely because you are willing, because you dared to believe when hope seemed reckless. My love is not calculated by merit or measured by moments of failure. It is a raging river, washing through resistance, smoothing jagged edges, carving new landscapes from barren ground. You are mine, not by accident, but by divine intent and design. The time for hiding is over. The world is desperate for genuine light, for those unafraid to live fully awake. I am calling you to step forward, not demanding perfection, but asking for your courageous yes. The echo of that surrender will resound far beyond what you see today. There is more unfolding than you dare to imagine, and I am moving, even when you don't yet see how every part fits together. I move through your days with a steadfast devotion, unshaken by the shifting tides that sometimes unsettle your heart. Even in the moments when you feel as if uncertainty settles thick in the air, remember that I am steady and unyielding, hands outstretched to draw you close. Each breath you release is precious to me, a quiet affirmation that you are not abandoned to resolve life's puzzles alone. As your mind races ahead, concocting worries that never arrive, I gently urge you to dwell in this moment, to let my presence fill the spaces left hollow by doubt. My presence does not demand perfection, only openness, a willingness to notice my quiet guidance breaking through the noise. Bring your focus back to here and now, realizing that every detail of your journey matters to me, the gentle and the painful alike. Watch for how my light falls, a reminder that nothing is truly hidden or hopeless where I am invited. You are seen fully and cherished with unwavering attention, no matter how insignificant your needs might seem. Today, let yourself yield to the hush of my comfort, where my voice calms anxieties with a peace you did not know you could carry. My care is like the warmth of sunrise spreading slowly across your resting place, chasing away the stubborn shadows lingering from yesterday. I invite you to let go of the grievances and the self-condemnations that have clung so tightly, and instead turn your gaze to the gifts stitched into the quiet hours before the world stirs awake. Trust in my gentle correction, the nudge that pulls you gently back when you stray from peace. There is nothing in you that takes me by surprise. Your missteps have not distanced you from my longing to draw you closer still. My heart grieves with your grief and pulses with your hopes, joining you in every secret corner. In those tender places where you ache, where questions seem sharper than answers, I breathe a deeper assurance into you, one not rooted in circumstances, but in our enduring connection. When weariness seeps into your bones, and it is tempting to retreat, abide in the reality that my strength is not limited by your frailty. Like cool water offered to the parched, my love refreshes, filling the hollows left by false expectations. Rest does not signal weakness. It is a canvas where I paint new courage and clarity, goals that do not depend on your striving. Let each inhale be a practice of trust, and let each exhale release control back into my capable hands. When you look at those around you, family, friends, the faces crossed in hurried passing, remember that my affection for you is not diminished by your struggles to love well. Nothing in your relationships escapes my compassionate notice. In the quiet, I whisper reminders of unity and healing. I sow patience into your restless heart, rooting out bitterness with gentle persistence. I bless the smallest act of kindness, even when much feels unrewarded or unseen. Allow me to shape your responses, teaching you how to lay down burdens and expectations, and to pick up a spirit of grace. Forgiveness is not a mountain you climb alone. It is my gift, a sunrise after a long night, possible because my forgiveness covers you first. There are times when the world's noise grows unbearable and you question whether you are moving in the direction I have imagined for you. My child, I assure you, your story unfolds in wisdom beyond what you can predict or measure. You do not have to secure every outcome for yourself. When doubts about your calling bloom in your mind, pause to remember that identity is not earned but given. You are mine, and that is the firm foundation on which you will thrive. I am the one who opens and closes doors, not at random, but with intimate knowledge of your needs and readiness. Let go of the burden to force what is not meant for you, and receive my holy timing as an invitation rather than a restriction. Surrender is not defeat, but a bold declaration of trust. An invitation for me to enter the places you cannot fix. You are not called to carry the world. You are invited to place your cares within my reach. Recall the times I have shielded you from sorrow you could not foresee, and let that memory become a springboard for hope. My plans are not delayed. They blossom with precision. If you could see what I see, the unique threads I am drawing together, your anxious waiting would soften into expectancy. Each day contains enough light for the next step, and I am faithful to illuminate the way as you press forward. Sometimes the answers you ache for arrive slowly, and it feels as though the night stretches on without promise of dawn. Just as I orchestrate the rhythm of morning and night, so I oversee your seasons. Pain is not wasted in my company. I gather every tear, shaping even sorrow into ground where new joys will take root. I am with you, not in spite of your questions, but especially because you have dared to ask. I do not fault your searching. My hope is that your seeking leads you deeper into my presence, where true clarity dwells and fear dissolves. Hold to my promises, not as an escape, but as the sure ground on which you stand while the winds of uncertainty pass. Pause for a moment now, beloved, and sense my nearness as tangibly as breath in your lungs. The world does not have to stand still for my peace to find you. Imagine my hand resting gently over your heart, steadying your thoughts, lifting the heaviness that has settled like dew on your soul. I want you whole, not by your effort, but by my grace that replenishes where you feel empty. Name your gratitude aloud or quietly if you wish, thanking me for the glimmers of hope and the quiet triumphs that often go unnoticed. In this exchange, you receive a joy that outlasts your circumstances. You are not lost in the shuffle of the world's busyness. You are the focus of my loving eye. Every ordinary action, every sigh and hope and hesitation matters deeply to me. The future does not unfold according to your fears, but according to my love, unfailing and resourceful, able to redeem what you thought was wasted, and to grant new wings where you feel earthbound. As you go on, remember that my invitation remains open. Step forward, rest in my timing, trust the care that hems you in on every side. I am with you, and I will not let you go. You are on sacred ground. In this moment, the very air around you is thick with my presence. I draw close with a love that refuses to be distant, a love that searches the hidden valleys of your spirit and calls out life where you have settled for just surviving. My child, I have seen every tear you dared not let fall in front of others, and I have counted them as precious offerings, evidence not of weakness but of a heart willing to feel, to care, to risk breaking. Those silent battles are not overlooked. I have been your unseen defender in every one. Even now, as you read these words, can you sense that low hum of peace rising within your chest? That is not your imagination. It is me drawing you into my embrace. Let yourself rest, even if just for this breath, because nothing you do for me is more desirable than letting me hold you. There's a shift that has been mounting in the heavenlies for you, and I am inviting you to step fully into it, trusting not only in who I am, but in how I see you. You are not simply loved, you are cherished, delighted in, treasured beyond calculation. The old voices that have told you that you're too damaged or have missed your moment, they are being silenced by the gentle thunder of my affirmation. You are not too much, and you are never not enough. The hand that shaped the cosmos also formed your soul with intention and precision, and I am still working artistry out of every broken place. Breathe deeper, receive what you've longed for yet hesitated to claim. You are wanted, fully, eternally. You wonder, even now, how can my story possibly be used for glory? Let me speak truth that disrupts your doubt. I do not discard wounded vessels. Instead, I pour out my greatest strength, precisely where the cracks have exposed your need. Those failures and fights that you would prefer to hide have become altars where I kindle new fires. I am not asking you to pretend the pain didn't matter. I am telling you that your pain is the very place my light will burst forth and heal others. The places you have tried hardest to conceal will become conduits for breakthrough. Stop shrinking back. There is destiny pulsing just beneath your scars. Right now, you might sense a stirring, like a key being turned inside your spirit. Some will feel a gentle warmth blooming behind their ribs. Others, a sudden clarity breaking open tired thoughts. This is not accidental. I am confirming what you have pleaded for in the secret place. Over the next 3 days, pay tender attention, for my voice will echo through ordinary moments. A lyric, a smile, a message you weren't expecting. You'll know it's me, because the peace that follows will be richer than understanding and lighter than worry could ever outweigh. When that moment comes, pause and let gratitude rise. Speak aloud, you are here and you are good to me. Hear me and let this ring true. Your identity cannot be stolen, tainted, or lost. No matter how loud the accusations, or how heavy the regrets have grown, you are chosen, handpicked, set apart, irrevocably marked as mine. Where shame once stained your confidence, behold, I pour out honor. Where fear whispered of failure, I speak over you a commissioning rooted in victory. I am the God who restores what you thought could never live again. Let every shattered expectation become a seed. Trust that resurrection is my specialty, and renewal is your inheritance. Pause now with me. Feel the steady rhythm of your breath. Sense that subtle pressure where my spirit nudges you to lean in closer. You are not who you were. What defined you before, what tried to stamp your story with defeat, will soon be forgotten beneath waves of renewal. There will be days when the old voices rap at the door insisting you're unchanged and alone, but I am relentless. My nearness will be your shield, and my whisper, softer yet more potent than fear, will be the song that keeps you stepping forward. Some of you are still gripping tightly to burdens that were never yours to lug. I invite you, lay them down, in your imagination or with your actual hands. Release them now. Set disappointment, guilt, fatigue at my feet. In their absence, make way for radical hope. I give freely what you have labored to earn, delight, favor, and an unbreakable assurance of belonging. Even when storms rise, remember this: storms do not threaten those who rest under my covering. You are shielded, protected, and profoundly seen. I know the questions that crowd your mind. What if I fall again? What if this all slips away? Beloved, listen to my heart. Your progress is not measured in perfection, but in your willingness to keep returning. I am committed to the slow, miraculous rewriting of your story. My faithfulness far outpaces your doubts. Every attempt you make to draw closer will be met not by disappointment, but by celebration. Heaven rejoices in your every turnaround, every brave surrender, every whisper of trust. In a few days, you will recall these words in a moment you didn't anticipate needing them. A setback, a challenge, a sudden wave of loneliness. When you do, remember this: you do not need to perform for my affection. You are fully accepted. Let your guard down. Rest in the truth that nothing you've done, nothing you will do, can separate you from the affection I pour over you relentlessly. Your transformation is not a distant hope, but a present reality unfolding in the simplest acts of letting me love you. You have become, even now, a vessel through which countless others will find healing, hope, and restoration. The humility born of struggle, the gentleness carved by disappointment, the courage refined in fire. These are the jewels I will display through your life. You are being commissioned, not as one flawless, but as one who is fiercely loved and steadily remade. My calling on you is irrevocable. Where you go, my light will go. What you touch, I will anoint. Await more. Expect movement. This is only the beginning, and I am not finished with you yet. Amen. If this word stirred something deep within you, stay connected to these daily reminders of my faithfulness. Press that button now, not for content, but for communion. I will meet you here tomorrow, speaking life again into the places that need it most.